Page 114, Just Struttin Along. It's another Martha Mier piece. 4/4 time, no sharps or flats except for the accidentals all over. Right hand first. The notes are written here. And all I'm interested in fingering and rhythm here. Here. Notice there's an 8/8 under that staff. That means you go down. Remember 8/8, if it's above the staff, you go up. If it's below the staff, you go down. If it's an 8/VB, you go down. Forget that. But here, so instead of here, I'm going to come down here and play it. Now the second measure, there's no 8/8. We come up. Now there's another 8/8. We don't know where we're going here. That A is tied. So that last measure, the first line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Then second line, second measure. Up here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now if this is confusing you, then I'm not getting the rhythm. Temporarily take out all these ties and play them. Play all the notes just to get an idea, and you can put the ties back in after you get it. So second line, second measure here, without the tie, here. Then once I have a feeling of that, then I put the tie back in. I'm just hanging on to the note rather than playing it again. Second line, second measure. Here, 1, 2. 1 and 2. Second finger. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. They're saying third finger here, and that's okay because that next measure is an 8/8 under it, so you're actually down here. That works. Otherwise, it doesn't work because then it'd be up here and what a mess. Next page, 115, here up here. Basically, you're doing what you did before, an octave higher. So fourth, last line on page 115, you're here. 8/8 under it. And the last chord does not have an 8/8 under it. You come up here, it's an E and an A. Don't let the D sharp bother you, the left hand's covering it. Speaking of left hand, let's take a look. At the beginning, you're here, down here. You're playing the same notes the right hand's playing. You come up here, back down here. The half notes. This fun? Oh boy, we're fun now. Let's jump down to the last line on page 114. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some more. Jump down on page 115. The last line again, you're here. And down here. And then for that last note, you come up here and play the D sharp. Help the right hand out a little bit. Don't have to, the right hand could cover it, but it's telling you to because it's got the stem going down there. It's also got an LH there, but the stem going down is enough. If they wanted the right hand to play it, they would attach it to that other stem, and it would be part of that one. Put the notes together. No. Put the hands together, slowly. You're here. Rest. And you come up here. During the rest, you got to come up. Good luck with that. You'll figure it out. And come back down. You got one beat to do it in. There, when I play that G sharp, it's the first measure of the second line, I gotta lift up the right hand because G sharp's by itself. And here. Idea how this works. Now, once you can do that, work out and get rid of any hesitations you may have. You may have to practice the hand moves because the beat has to be steady. You'll have to go fast, just steady. And we go back and we add the articulation. Staccatos and accents. Here, short staccatos and an accent. And then make sure you get these accents, that's important. Staccato. Play these half notes in the left hand legato, connect them. Accent. And then staccato. So you get the idea, I hope. I don't want to play it all for you. It'll spoil the surprise. Now, once you can do that, and then add the dynamics. Starts out sort of soft, moderately soft here. The accent's going to be moderately loud or loud. It's just the way the piano works. Soft, softer than you were there. Now back to moderately soft. Now crescendo up to moderately loud. There's not a lot of difference there. Just crescendo a little bit. The moderately loud applies to the right hand. Keep the left hand out of the way. Crescendo. Come down a little bit. Then come down some more. Then you're gonna do the dynamics. You can figure them out, I'm sure. And when you get down to the bottom of page 150, we'll go to the next to the last line, last measure. You're down here at moderately soft. You're up here echoing that soft, moderately soft, and then very soft here. Both hands together. I mean, it's all one chord. There's no retardando there that they're telling you don't slow it. Because if they don't say anything, it's up to you. You can interpret it however you see fit. If you feel a retardando there, you'd put one in. But she's saying no, don't. You keep it the same speed. Then we figure out, okay, how fast does this go? Well, it's moderate blues. That's my feeling of it. You might go a little faster or slower than that, who knows. Then, because it's blues, and they're telling us we can anyway, that we could swing the eighth notes. Even if they hadn't told us that, I would swing the eighth notes because it says a moderate blues swing up there. To me, you just automatically swing eighth notes in a blues style. It's just, that's the way it is. There's no notation for it, you just swing them. So the counting, instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and... The idea. The whole thing is just, you got to get to know it well enough so you can feel this. And you're not thinking about notes and rhythms and dynamics and articulation and all that. You're just getting into the music and feeling it. That's wonderful once you get to it. I want to play with me on this to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics, any of that. We're going to go really, really slow, but I am going to swing the eighth notes. So I'll give us 4 counts, so let's just play it together slowly. Now they've got pedal on the last measure. If you want to use pedal, go ahead. Because the idea is you're hanging on to these notes here. I mean, I could do that with the hand just that way. If they're using the pedal, if you want to use pedal, go ahead. I'm not going to bother to show it for one measure. You can do that, I'm guessing. It's just push the pedal down after you play the A's, and then lift the pedal with the hands. That's all. 1 and 2 and ready and go and rest and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And 3 and rest and rest and rest and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and hold and 2 and